speaking of quivering pineapples, our pineapples were quivering over the Batman yesterday. What a film!
Still
Um,
are.
yeah, still got a quivering pineapple after that particular
Yeah.
flick.
The reverberations through the pineapple still being felt.
um, I think we can. I mean, let's face it. This episode, we're about to record a recap of a bit of a disappointing loss for the Cats. I think we can afford to spend 3 or 4 minutes here just off the top, just saying, and spoilers ahead potentially. I don't know if there will be or not, but um, if you haven't seen the Batman, maybe just hit the skip button until you get past our little quick chaps recap. Went in expecting absolutely nothing, Sam, and
Mm.
came out
Yes.
feeling like I was given almost everything. Is that how you sort of
Yes.
felt?
Absolutely. As big Batman fans, I mean, I feel like we're both pretty good at like checking our expectations and just accepting the films as they are,
Mm.
generally enjoying them to varying degrees. But I always go into them with that in mind, with a pretty like with like plans, like tactics and plans of
This might
how I will
suck.
digest this and accept this. So this movie really blew me away. Like there's still like as I said, there's little things like the uber nerd in me. There's things that will make me go, yeah, I wouldn't have done that way, or like that's an odd choice. But they were so minor.
Mm,
They just got like absolutely washed away in the glory that was that film and its tone
mm.
and its intensity and its character arcs. Yeah, it just had it was such a good film on top of being like a good Batman film too.
Mm. And it was kind of like everything that I would have asked of it when I was like the best case scenario because I wasn't that wrapped with the trailers to be honest. Like,
No,
um,
no.
but I was like, look, the
I think we're
best.
both the same. It was around trailer 3 that we were like, okay, well this might be worth seeing.
This might come together. This might come together, and it'll come together if they do the Batman meets Seven and sort of lean into the Scott Schneider run of comics and that's pretty much exactly what we got. It was very much felt like a
Yeah.
Batman through a Seven filter, um, but with plenty of
Yes, it
Batman.
was
Do you know what I mean? Like it
plenty
wasn't.
of Batman. Like
Mm.
it was really like the the bananas from the Bluth banana stand in Arrested Development. If the if the banana see my fear was that the banana would be the the seven stuff. My fear was the banana would be the dark, moody murder mystery,
Mhm.
and the chocolate coating would be Batman. It's another film dipped in melted Batman chocolate. But
Yeah.
what it was Batman dipped in other
Mm.
melted in Seven's melted chocolate,
Yes.
um, and nuts. That's how I
Well.
felt. Like at its core, it was still very much like you could do that film tonally differently
Mm.
and make it shorter and put in a bit more action and a bit more explosions and stuff, and it would be along the lines of the Nolan films.
Yeah.
Like really, like it was very similar. Like it's very Batman-y, and then they just did it through a different lens. Because that was always my fear, was that it was going to be in some way sort of betray some of the tenets in its quest to be adult and mature and dark and moody, that it might betray some of the stuff that my inner child still holds dear
Mm.
from the 1994 animated show. But it had so much of that. It had so much of the animated shows in it. It had so much of the comics in it, different comics. They'd taken bits from the Scott Snyder run. There was Frank Miller in there. There was some Grant Morrison. There was some Jeff
Mm.
Johns in there. Like it was just it was a tasting platter of comic book influences. So
Mm.
I think we should do our own pod on this. I think we
I
should deep dive on this. Do one
Yeah,
where we can spoil it and really go in on it.
absolutely. And getting back to the Bluth banana stand
Mm,
reference,
I thought it was a good analogy.
I think it is. And there's another quote about it that I think makes sense in this context. There's always money in the banana stand, Michael. And
Absolutely.
they've
There
already
is always
raked
money
some in.
in Batman.
Yeah, yeah.